This week's liberation question is, what happens when I have confused what could happen with what will happen? So what I'd like to invite you to do is just take a moment to notice when your brain jumps ahead and tells you exactly how something is going to turn out. And you might not always realize that this is what's going to happen, but some red flags or some warning signs around that could be you start to become anxious, or you're noticing that you're dreading something, or there's something you really don't want to do and you're not sure why. When you're noticing these signs, slow down and just ask yourself, what is my brain predicting is going to happen? And just notice what arises for you. It might be that it's predicting that you're going to end up all alone, or it might be that you're predicting that somebody will get angry with you, or somebody will be disappointed, or it's going to turn out bad. Any number of things, typically based on past experience. So a lot of people will ask me, well, my brain is predicting that because it's happened before. Well, of course, that is the whole reason why our brain predicts, in order to keep us safe and to avoid having experiences that may have hurt us in the past. The problem or the challenge with this is that although a lot of times our brain is correct, predicts correctly, oftentimes there's also a prediction error. And so when we can slow things down enough to recognize that our brain is predicting something based on past experience, and that although that is a possibility, there is another possibility, there's actually infinite possibilities as well, then we create a space in which we have choice. So when you're able to slow that down and ask yourself, what is my brain predicting? You get an answer, and then you can say to yourself, is there another possibility? And just name one. It doesn't even necessarily have to be totally plausible. It doesn't even necessarily have to be something that you think is might, could, would happen. Just whether it's possible. In the realm of all possibilities, is this possible? So if I set a boundary with so and so, my brain is predicting they're going to get mad at me and they're not going to invite me to the next get together. Therefore, I am not going to set the boundary, although I am dreading doing this task that they asked me to do. Okay, so I'm going to pause. I'm going to ask myself, is there another possibility? Well, of course there is. I could set a boundary and they could say, okay, no problem. I could set a boundary and they could say, I'm really hurt by that and disappointed, but that's okay. Or I could set a boundary and they could not invite me to the next get together. And quite honestly, I might be okay with that. There's numerous possibilities. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to do anything different quite yet, because sometimes just knowing that there are other choices is enough to loosen the lock just a little bit and leads to liberation. Until next time.